Hey fight fans, it's Michelle Joy Phelps and you're watching True School Sports.
Well, it's personal between me and I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
The untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's been missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, Carlos Adames is fresh off of his virtuoso statement performance against Juan Montiel, the best performance of his career. Obviously, we know that Montiel was Jermall Charlo's last opponent when he fought all the way back last year in June of 2021. And, when you look at Adames' last two fights, he beat Derevyanchenko, he beat Montiel. Those are two common opponents of Charlo. So naturally, they're both in-house. They're both with Al Heyman. They both fought the same people. And with that last performance, a lot of people's eyebrows are kind of raised as to, how was it that Adames was able to destroy and outclass Montiel so easily, but yet Jermall Charlo looked like an average fighter. He looked, as the kids would say these days, he looked mid. He looked really mid. He didn't look special in that ring against Juan Montiel. So a lot of people are clamoring for this fight. One of those people is none other than Adames' new trainer, a guy that I believe should be in line for Trainer of the Year, Bob Santos. Bob Santos spoke about the possibility of fighting Charlo, stating the following, and I quote, "Well, again, I think Charlo is one of the most talented fighters there is out there. His record speaks for itself. That said, obviously, I've been with Arizona Lara for a lot of his career, so I've watched him and Charlo spar many, many times, and I'm pretty familiar with him, and he's a great fighter. But Carlos Adames is different. He's a different animal. He's a different animal, and I have no doubt that Carlos Adames, if we fight him, is going to be victorious. There's no doubt in my mind. So he has a choice. He can either give the title or he's going to fight us. And if he fights us, there's no doubt in my mind that Carlos Adames is going to beat him. I've seen Adames in there with Caleb Plant, Benavidez. I know what he's capable of doing. They know what he's capable of doing. I'm telling you right now, take it to the bank. Take it to the bank. This man will beat Charlo. No doubt in my mind, and I have the utmost respect for the Charlo. So a respectful yet stern Bob Santos letting y'all know what he believes Carlos Adames will do to Charlo. And look, we know Jermall Charlo's not going to fight Andrade because Andrade's at 68 now. And Andrade's just gone into witness protection the whole year. I don't know what's going on with Demetrius Andrade, truthfully speaking. But to me, he's not going to fight him. He's not going to fight Golovkin. He's not going to fight Johnny Beck. So to me, when he does decide to start boxing again, this has to be the next fight for him because Carlos Adames has made him. I know triangle theories don't work, and I want to throw that out there, but there are a lot of people who are now questioning if Jermall Charlo could beat Carlos Adames because of what Adames has done to Juan Montiel, whom Charlo also fought. Aside from that, I think Charlo has a lot to prove. He has a lot to prove so far as still being a top fighter because let's just be real. Let's keep it all the way a spade when it comes to Jermall Charlo. Jermall Charlo isn't the fighter at 160 that he was at 154. At 154 when he fought Julian Williams, that guy looked like he had the makings of being a top pound-for-pound star. The guy at 160, he's been winning fights and he's been doing his thing, but he's been a far cry from the guy at 154. And I'm gonna say this: if he's talking about going up to 168, oh my God, well then God bless his soul, because I don't think he has what it takes to really make any real noise against any of the top guys at 68. I think he's not that athletic. I don't think he really is gonna punch hard enough to get those guys respect at 68. And I just think there's a lot of things that with him he hasn't improved on since he's moved up from 54. Obviously, he does things great. He has a very good jab. He can counter punch. He is strong, but I think 160 is where if he can make the weight, that's where he's got to be. Because he goes up there to 68, fucking around with Plant and Benavidez and Morrell and the Andrades and even like a Zach Parker, John Ryder. I think he'd be in trouble. I think he'd be in some big trouble. So this is a fight I would like to see because I think it's still a winnable fight for Charlo, because even though Adames looked great against Montiel, you also have to consider the fact that the reason he looked great against Montiel was because Montiel wasn't able to get him towards the back half of the fight. That was always the thing with Adames. Adames doesn't have great stamina, but Montiel wasn't able to push Adames to the rounds where his stamina will be questioned. So Charlo's a better boxer. I think Charlo's way smarter and a better boxer than Juan Montiel. And I don't think he would get caught with a lot of those same shots early in a fight like Montiel would. So I think Adames' stamina would be called into question. And I feel like, Adames would have to really show something in that fight. And the way I see it, I see that fight as a very competitive fight. I see it as a very competitive fight because I see it as two guys who are elite boxers. One guy I think has better stamina than the other, which is that being Charlo more so than Adames. So I would still favor Jermall Charlo, but obviously a lot of people aren't going to see it that way after what Adames just did to Juan Montiel. So listen, man, I hope Charlo's okay. I don't wish bad on no man. I want Charlo to come back and light the world on fire and show the world what he could do in the ring. Because when Jermall Charlo's all the way right, Jermall Charlo's a great fighter to watch. I mean, look at a couple years ago when he fought Sergey Derevyanchenko, boxed a great fight against him. Same goes for when he fought, Julian Williams all those years ago. But there's been those Sergey Derevyanchenko and Julian Williams performances have been too few and far between. But what we see with Jermall Charlo is that when you put him in there with a guy that he's expected to lose to or be competitive with, that's when he fights his best. So he's like many fighters in boxing to where he fights up and down to his level of comp. But Bob Santos says, look, if they fight each other, Carlos Adames is going to smoke Jermall Charlo. So if I'm Charlo, I would get on my Michael Jordan shit, and I would take it personal and want to come back and show the world that, hey, I am one of the top guys out there. I'm still the WBC middleweight champion, and you better put some respect to my name. But leave your comments down below. Let me know what you guys think about Jermall Charlo against Carlos Adames. What do you make of that fight? How do you see it playing out? And all that good stuff. And leave your comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys.
And I think True School Sports, he's the truth. One of the best the best.
Ooh, the number one.
Brandon, you've been there, man, and you're building up a good following with us.
Thank you.
And I'm proud to be a part of what you're doing too. You are spectacular, and
Thank you, man. All the best to True School Boxing and keep up the good work.